Hi, this is Alice Bull from scrapbookwonderland.com and the ScrapHappy membership group. And I'm here at CHA 2017 with Karen from Southridge Trading Company. Okay, that's right. Awesome. Hi, Karen. Thanks
Hi.
for showing me around your booth.
You're welcome.
So I'm really excited to see the products that you have, and I'd love to know a little bit more about your company, like who designs your supplies, like what you're making, and just tell me everything.
Okay. Well, we started off doing chipboard. And so I found a company that makes a really good quality chipboard. And so we started out with the chipboard line, and I designed about 75% of our line. I do work with a couple designers, and they are mentioned on the website, so it will always say designed by. And then the ones that you don't see are designed by anybody, that's the ones that we get off the internet. So we started with that. That was a very popular line because, of course, it's such a versatile product. So we were aiming for card makers, tag makers, scrapbook layouts, mixed media. We've also started a painting line, a decorative painting line. So it's growing in popularity. And the more we get out there and teach you how to use it, the more it grows, because people realize there isn't really anything you can't do to chipboard that you can't do to paper except for maybe rip it. So, you can emboss it, paint it, you can stamp it. It's endless what it is. So it's a lot about education. So we started with the chipboard line.
Okay. Here, let's come right over and have a look at some of the things here.
So, for example, right now the steampunk is still very popular, and the vintage. So anything with a clock or a gear or a hat or the word steampunk in it is obviously very popular. So we've kind of gone heavy into that. We have little bits, we have big bits. I mean, anything that I design small, I can also blow up to be a 12 by 12. So it's really versatile, the program that I work in. I've been doing graphic arts for about 25 years now. So I'm getting a little quicker at it, for sure. Yeah. So then we went into the wood line. And what I do is I cut with 1/8 and 1/4 inch Baltic birch. So it's a treated wood. It comes very smooth. It lays down nicely. It's a smooth surface, so it just requires light sanding. So what we did is we went into miniatures. We went into wood line and miniatures. My laser cutter will cut. It will etch. This is a good example of etching there. So it gives it some different color. Just, it etches the same way your printer would print ink.
Yeah, I love on the little clock faces, if you want to point to those, like how you can see all the times on that, and that's etched right on there.
Right there. It's so detailed. These are fun because you can tuck them. They're so itty bitty. Look at my finger compared to the size of that sled or the size of that snowflake. So those are little itty bitty embellishments that you can tuck into flowers, cards. They're good for the ATC card makers, Project Life. You size down things for Project Life packets, and it all of a sudden becomes relevant to people that are using that. So, and then we went into stencils because, of course, the laser cutter will cut those too. So we started off with itty bitty stencils for, again, Project Life, card makers, tags. I mean, you don't want to use something large for a small project. So these are very popular. Then we went into a medium, which is like your 6 by 6, and those are good for layouts and cards as well. And then we went into the really big ones for the mixed media. So anything this size is appropriate for canvases.
Yeah. I love it, and the designs are I see lots of geometric patterns, but then some really whimsical things that you have going on there too. So there's a real mix of designs that you're representing.
I find it a lot of fun, and I don't really even have a particular style other than, sometimes, well, a lot of times my friends will tell you I'm awake at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's my absolute favorite time of the day because it's when I'm the most creative. So I'll take out my ink pen and my, sketch pad, and I'll draw stuff. I'll just draw. And I might draw a little feather, and then I'll scan it into my graphic program. and I'll outline it, I'll play with it, I'll put a thinner line on it, a thicker line, and I'll twist it around and weld it together and do all the fun stuff and just come up with something I like. So they do tend to be very original. Same with a pattern. You know, you come up with a geometric pattern, you get it to where you want it, cut, paste, weld, 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 weld. Like there's a lot of work in the graphics, really there is. It's not that easy. But you just do it until you come up with something that's you think other people would like. So.
Well, and then you find a design that's going to work for multiple different projects in multiple different ways, right? Like you can use, like you were saying, paints and inks and just so many different kinds of texture mediums and kind of anything that strikes your fancy, you kind of want to give it a try.
It really fits in with everything everybody else is doing in the industry because the texture pastes are so popular right now. So, you know, the crackles, the molding paste, the gels, I mean, it's all just a lot of fun. So mixed media and you know, with Pinterest, everybody knows what mixed media is now, and there's so many tutorials. It's so fun to try this stuff, and I think the more you try it and the more successes you have, the more you want the product. So, you know, we're just.
And then there's a few more larger items over here. You want to tell us a little bit about those?
Okay, well, we started off just, you know, down here is just your basic 12 by 12 chipboard. We sell this in a 6 by 6 sheet because there's a lot of people that have the die cutting machines now. And so this weight of chipboard is a lighter weight and it will go through all those machines. The stuff that I cut is it's a thicker weight. So my weight can't get through, those machines won't get through it. My laser cutter will. But we created bigger services for the decorative painters. I've got 3 more. I mean, I have a design team of 6, but I have 3 more added. We'll be adding in the near future, and they are amazing decorative painters, and they love the surfaces. So they've supplied me with some amazing samples for the booth this weekend, and they're just going to continue to enjoy. I'm going to send them some more stuff to paint, and like I said, anything that's this big, I can make this big. So
I would take things like this and put that onto my background of a scrapbook page, and I can just see that right there. So
I could just see like little frames, you know, these are all can be little individual frames. Everybody sees something different when they look at the product, so yeah, that's kind of exciting. There's so much creativity around, and it depends on who's looking at it.
So where can people find you online, Karen?
I am at chipboard.ca. I'm a Canadian company, and it's just really advantageous for U.S. to buy a Canadian as well because of the dollar difference. Yeah.
And so anybody from around the world, like where will you ship to?
I have shipped to Germany, Switzerland, Puerto Rico. I've shipped quite a few places. So I will try to ship anywhere. I'm not sure, the really faraway places, I'm not sure how that looks, but I've certainly tried. Yeah.
That sounds great. So this is Alice Bull from scrapbookwonderland.com at CHA2017 at the Southridge Trading Company with Karen. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for coming over. Yeah.
Awesome.